Today we're talking about next steps. And this is, in a way, is difficult to talk about because it's so much, but it's also a dichotomy in that in the now, this is the next step. We are living the next step right now in this moment. So, what does that mean? One of the things that, not one, but it can be challenging for us to realize that we're co-creators in God. We get very stuck in our ways. And our ways could be what we do physically, what we do emotionally, what we do mentally, what we do spiritually. And one of the topics with the next step is giving ourselves the permission to change. This prompts us to look at our current state and what could be holding us back. And before we get into that, we need to really look at blame. Reverend Tara always tells us to don't blame. Release blame, and things like that. When we're looking at our current state of being, or perhaps through meditation or any other process that you use, we realize an area where we've been stuck or holding on to certain types of thinking, certain emotions, in the lower reality. We might be tempted to blame a situation, person or people, ourselves, life, God. You could blame. Blame could be distributed, and it can be sneaky. We don't even realize that, oh, we're blaming that. So, excuse me. So right now we're in a Pisces new moon. And this is a very creative and spiritual time when we're very close to the spirit world. And we can use this energy to play, not play, but to transmute this darkness into light. To remember who we are spiritually. If we've been sort of in the workaday world or stuck in this mundane way of thinking, or have realized some burdens or blame or old ways of thinking, old emotional habits, now is a great time to release those things and to redream what we are and who we are. We can bring this spiritual life back into our soul, the realization of it, because it's always there. So it's just remembering it in the now to transmute this old energy so that we can step forward into the next step, which all of this is the next step. And it's what grants us the ability to change. When we have these realizations, There could be, and this could happen at different points throughout your life, our lives. It can be hard to let go of these old patterns. We might question what's going to be left, or who am I going to be without that. The answer is spiritually free, and it's spiritual freedom. It allows us to clear the path and clear the channel, clear the energy. One of the things that we can do a self-check with is worry. How much energy do we spend worrying or stressing? If stress and worry are the same type of energy that we're sending in and out. Can we use this freedom, this spiritual freedom, this co-creation with God, this release of the old, to focus more on love and our dreams? We truly believe that the little voice of God is inside the heart, guiding the dreams. And it can be scary because it's like miracles. Our last class, and just the way God works, we get so stuck in this mundane world that we think, well, this is how it is. And we forget the nature of and the power of the Creator, and that miracles do happen. So in this new moon, it's a great time to really cultivate the soil and replant the seeds of our dreams. And perhaps take a look at what's in the subconscious mind. And most likely whatever that one of the obstacles may be is probably right there in front of your face. And it's so obvious that it's hard to recognize. So let it be obvious at this time so that we can clear it. Whether it's a type of thinking, an emotion, a repetitive emotion, let it reveal itself to you. And then once it's revealed, don't blame. Don't blame. See if you can notice if you're blaming. And if there is any blame, transmute that into light. It's not to ignore it, it's to transmute it through your practices, through your spiritual teachings, through forgiveness and love and acceptance. You can also notice this blame if you're doing it to the outside world. So you could, just look at what a lot of people are saying, that the world is so bad right now and it's because of this and it's because of that, and just notice that and see where our own consciousness is. Another part of what's going in with this too is humility. We are co-creators in God, and with the imagination, it can be possible to get this self-righteous, I'm the only one, or I'm co-creating with God, or however that could come up, that little self-righteousness. So humility is a key here. And the humility tells us that we are not alone, and that we are all one, in fact. So everything that you do and everything that our brothers and sisters do is helping us, and it's helping ourselves, it's helping each other. And this clearing that we're doing is not in vain. It's not, we're the only one experiencing this. It's part of God's plan, God's creation. There's a purpose for it. We are all one, and the sun shines upon us all equally. So, in terms of taking the next steps, be in the channel. Remember the miracles of God the Creator and the creation, all of the creation stories. Take some building, sometimes some destruction and some building. And it's not that we're destroying ourselves, but we may be destroying some thought patterns, emotional patterns, habits that no longer serve us, and help us to take those next steps without fear and without disillusionment. And so during this time, it's like, reimagining the beauty of this creation and what we create. And there's no competition. We're all in this together. There's no blame. There's no right and wrong. It's a mystery, and it's a creation. So I believe this is what we were to speak about today. And one more thing we'd like to say is about service. All of this that we're doing is service to God. And there are many servants of God on this planet. There's many servants of God. So humility and non-judgment. And for us to just keep creating this beautiful dream that's within us. This beautiful expression of God, of the one source. So it's a very exciting time right now with this new moon and taking the next steps. Let your resources be revealed to you. Let your obstacles be revealed to you and us, so that we can clear them with love, understanding, and acceptance. And it is a very exciting time with reality being revealed. So don't be fooled by illusion, and pay attention to what we create. So prepare for deep level meditation.